Charlie Love, and welcome to this episode of our G Suite Enterprise Management series with AppsEvents and Acer. In this series, I'll show you how to get started with the G Suite Enterprise Management Console and the management of your users, resources, data, devices, and services. We'll start with some quick overviews and then go over some deeper dives into how to get the very best from G Suite. In this episode, let's start with organizational units and users. A look at how to set up and manage organizational units for your enterprise, how to get started managing your users, and a few admin tips to make the very best of your G Suite domain. Let's get started. This is the G Suite Admin Console. From here you can manage all your users, devices, data, and settings from the cloud. We're going to start with a look at organizational units. So let's navigate there. Initially in your Google Admin Console, all your users and devices are placed in a single OU, called the Top Level Parent Organizational Unit. All settings you make in the Admin Console apply to this top-level parent organization, and therefore to all users and devices in your account. To apply different settings for some of your users or devices, you would place them in a child organization below the top level. A good way to start is to have 3 organizational units, as I said, OUs for short, below the top level. One for devices, one for users, and one for admin level users for your domain. Let's add a devices OU below the top level parent OU. This demo domain is chromeenterprise.net. I'll move the pointer over the top level parent OU and I have the plus option to create a new organizational unit. Click this to display the pop-up to create the new OU. Enter the OU name and if you want a description. The parent organizational unit is the OU which sits immediately above the new OU in the structure. You can change this if you want by clicking on the pencil. This will display your OU structure and allow you to select another OU as the parent. But in this case, I want devices to sit in the top level, so chromeenterprise.net is my parent OU. You can also rename, move, and delete OUs. Below the user OU here, I have an OU called Demo Accounts. I want to move this to my admin OU. I click the arrow to expand the content of the user's OU and click the move icon for the Demo Accounts. I can now choose the parent OU that I want to move this to. I click admin and then continue. Moving OUs can change the services available to your users. So when you carry out an operation like this, G Suite will check that you understand the impact of that change. A reminder of the impact is displayed. If you are content to proceed, just click Move to complete your operation. To delete an OU, move over the OU and click the More Options icon, the 3 vertical dots. This will display the menu containing Edit and Delete. Edit will allow you to change the name and/or description of the OU, but in this case, I'm going to delete it. It's good to know that you can only delete an OU when it's empty. If any OUs, users, or devices are in the OU, then you will have to remove them before you can delete it. I'll click Delete to remove this one. Now let's talk about users. Before people in your organization can use G Suite, you need to give them their own user account. Usually, this also gives them a Gmail account for your organization's domain. To add a user, open your Google Admin Console and go to Users. Select the organizational unit you want to add the user to. You can use the triangle icon to expand to display child OUs. At the top of the page, click Add New User. You can click the camera icon to add a photo of the user if you wish, or you or the user can add one later. You can add account information, first name, last name, primary email address. The Admin Console will suggest a name based on the information you've entered. This suggestion will always be different from other usernames already in your domain. You can accept the name suggestion or change it. The remaining items are all optional. If your organization has more than one domain, click the down arrow next to the field to the right of the @ sign to choose a different domain. Organizational unit. If your users are grouped in organizational units, click and select one to which you want to add the user. Click Done. I already navigated to where I wanted this user to be placed, so my OU is correct already. If you add a secondary email address, do this with some caution, as what you put in here may be visible in your global directory of users, depending on how you set it up. And you can add a telephone number if you wish. You also have the option to automatically generate a strong password and to decide if this needs to be changed when the user logs in. I usually leave these settings as they are to ensure the best security for user accounts. This screen allows you to view the password that's been set for the user, or under more actions you'll have the option to print the account details or to email them directly to that user. Once you've completed these actions, you can click Done. Now let's take a deeper dive into the settings for a single user. From the view of the OU, I can reset a user's password, rename the account, which allows you to change the first name, last name, or email address domain for the account, or add the account to any groups. When I expand to more options, I can also email the user, suspend the user account, making it inaccessible, restore the user's data, which allows me to recover data for the user over the last 25 days, delete the user, or move the user to another OU. Clicking on the user's name opens a more detailed view of the user's account settings. Here you can complete the operations I previously mentioned, reset the password, rename, and so on. Expanding each of the panels on the right allows you to enter more information about this user or to configure additional settings such as groups, shared devices, and more. Let's take a closer look at restoring user data. This is really useful to recover data from Google Drive or Gmail from any time in the last 25 days. This typically happens when users delete an important file and remove it from their bin or delete important email. I click Restore Data. I enter the date range to restore the data from and then click Restore. G Suite will now go through the backups for your domain and retrieve the required files or data and return them to Google Drive or Gmail for you. In this video, I've shown you how to set up and manage organizational units for your G Suite domain, create and manage users, including restoring missing data. In our next video, I'll take you on a tour of the admin features of Gmail and how you can use G Suite Admin to set up Gmail for your enterprise. Remember to subscribe and enable notifications to get the next video in this series. I'm Charlie Love, and thank you for watching this Chrome Enterprise Management series with AppsEvents and Acer.